Hi guys, welcome back to Sussy Stuff. My name is Blythe and I'm here with.
Emma.
We're so excited to be previewing and breaking down the games this week. The first game we have on our list to break down is LSU and Texas A&M. How are we feeling about this one?
I mean, this is going to be a high stakes showdown between these two teams. They are top of the SEC right now. This is going to have serious implications on who goes to that SEC championship. Both of these teams are riding an impressive 6-game winning streak after dropping their season openers. But with both squads undefeated in SEC play, I mean, this is going to see who takes the driver's seat in the conference. So I'm really excited for this one.
I am so excited. Who do you have winning this game? Who are you picking?
I think this game is going to be incredibly close.
Yes.
However, being at Kyle Fields, I think that home field advantage is really going to help the Aggies in a big way this week. So I am going to pick the Aggies for this one.
I got it too.
They're going to have their new blackout uniforms. They've been
Yes.
encouraged to wear black. This is going to be a super fun game. We love new stuff in the SEC, so I think this is going to be really exciting.
Yeah, that capacity over 102,000. No
Mhm.
way. I've actually been to a game there before, and it's electric, it's awesome, and so I am picking the Aggies as well.
And you look at Connor Wagman, their quarterback, he's thrown for 217 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions against Mississippi State. So he does make mistakes in these games. So he really has to make smarter decisions against this tough LSU defense. But they have a great ground game. They're really going to need to establish it. And they really need the O line protection. So they keep their quarterback safe.
Yeah.
Now, LSU, Garrett Nussmeier has just been absolutely efficient with this team. He has really grown into himself this season.
Mhm.
It's been a really amazing to see. Also, their freshman phenomenon, Kayan Durham, he has rushed for 101 yards and 3 touchdowns against Arkansas. So he really balances LSU's attack with Garrett Nussmeier and Durham. They have a very strong offense. Also, their O line only allows zero point 0.3 sacks per game. So this is really going to be a test of offense
Yeah.
versus defense in this game, and I really can't wait to see who reigns supreme.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. All eyes will definitely be on this game. So next up, we have Missouri and Alabama, your Crimson Tide.
Well, the Crimson Tide have just come off a very tough loss to Tennessee, and now they're going to be facing 21 in the country Missouri Tigers, who are 6-1 this season. However, I think Missouri has struggled a lot this season, just like Alabama. So I think this is going to be an incredibly close game.
Yeah.
Alabama had a stunning loss to Tennessee. I think they had every opportunity in that game to win. They were given 3 takeaways, could not produce at all. The play calling seemed a little sus at times. I don't know why we're going for it on 4th and 22. He tried to justify it, didn't really work for me. And I really think Missouri survived a near upset last week against Auburn after they lost their QB Brady Cook. So both of these teams are kind of teeter tottering on the edge.
Mhm.
But this game is a must win for Alabama if they want to stay in contention for the playoffs. I think their SEC championship hopes are out unless they have some crazy things happen in their favor and they win out. I just don't see it happening for them, but they still can go to the playoffs. However, Milrow has been a little shaky this season. He's failed to cover the spread in 3 straight games now. He really needs to regain some confidence here. He doesn't look like the same QB that played against Georgia. He doesn't
Mhm.
look like the same QB that played against Wisconsin. I don't know if there's some mental lapse there. If he's like Simone Biles in the Olympics getting the twisties, but he needs to shake those off.
Yeah, he needs to run the ball well. I mean, I think we've seen this season, Alabama's offense is the best when he is on his feet running. So he has got to rush for multiple touchdowns. I mean, Alabama has to be perfect. They have to be absolutely perfect from here to the end of the season.
They do, and I looking at it from the outside in, I don't think they will be. I think they will drop another game. They will be out for the year. But that it's a rebuilding year for them. It really is. And I know people are like, Saban left you with this incredible roster. You lost 26 players.
Yeah.
You lost your whole coaching staff. DeBoer, when he came in, he didn't get the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator he thought he was going to have because they both left to go to the NFL. So there's a lot of vulnerability on this team right now. And it's just new. It's fresh and it
Mhm.
needs to develop. So I don't want to hear anybody calling for DeBoer's head. A lot of people are. And
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
are.
guys, it is like what, 6 games in? We can't do that. Like we have so much more to learn and grow from this guy. If he is still doing this in 3 years, then yes, we can sack him. But right now, I think he is an incredible coach based on his track record. Look, Washington did not go to the national championship their first year.
Yeah.
They had their own growing pains there, and then they became this championship caliber team. So I think he really just has to continue on his path, keep doing him, and hopefully it works out in the SEC.
They just gotta give him time. I mean, it's you have to rebuild everything, and like we talked about, I mean, when you're used to being in Alabama that's been in these playoff games, it's been in these back-to-back national championships, these fans get a little complacent. 8 wins isn't good enough. 10 wins isn't good enough, just like we talked about, and winning, especially in this conference, is hard to do anyways.
Yeah.
So, all these Twitter coaches need to just
They
zip
need to zip
it.
it. Despite all that, I think this is going to be a great game. It's really going to be a matchup between Alabama's secondary, which is very young. Also,
Mhm,
there's some injuries there, versus Missouri's passing attack. Missouri has the potential with their passing game to keep it very close. And then with Alabama's offensive line versus Missouri's pass rush, I mean, Alabama's O line has been inconsistent. When they're great, they can hold these defenses for so long, which Milrow kind of needs. He holds on to
mhm,
the ball too much. He has bad pocket awareness. These are things that I don't feel he's fully got a grasp on yet. It comes with experience and getting
yep,
sacked.
that's
um,
right.
when they do protect him, he has so much time to figure out where he wants to go. But
Mhm,
when they don't, he's on the ground. So they're going to be looking to exploit that as well. So it's just a matter of, will Bama bounce back? Will they stay in
mhm,
this playoff contention? Or can Missouri keep it close and can they win out here? Bama does have the home field advantage. I
mhm.
will be taking Bam at the end of the day, but I think this game is going to be incredibly close, a nail biter, very entertaining if you're not a fan of either one of these teams. And then after the game, if you're the winner, you'll be like, that was a great game right there. So grab your popcorn. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yes, I have Bama too. I'm really hoping they come back because they are a very talented team, obviously a great program, and I enjoy watching them.
All right, next we have Oklahoma and Ole Miss. How you feeling about this one?
This one is insane. First off, Oklahoma is in shambles right now. Their offensive coordinator is gone. Their injury report is a laundry list of people. There is lack of creativity on offense for this team. I don't think they were ready for the SEC personally. After the weeks so far, I don't think they were ready. I don't think this is a get right game for them. This is a game where they really have to establish who they are at this point. I think um, this is a game that they need to show like who they are and what they can do, and for them, they have to just kind of go with what they have at this point. Obviously, all the injuries, lost their offensive coordinator. They did name Arnold the starting quarterback, so maybe that will get them more in their groove, so they can find an identity. But right now, it is just a mess in Oklahoma.
They're playing against Ole Miss, who still has something to fight for. Ole Miss can still make the playoffs at this point. They do have to win out. They are going to be playing Georgia. They're playing OU this week, and they've had a really tough season so
Mhm.
far. And I don't think it's exactly what they hoped it would be. They have Jackson Dart. They have an incredible offense, but I just don't think in key moments that they show up fully. I don't think their defense shows up fully. But I am gonna stick with Ole Miss.
I think so too. And they're going to come back healthy. This is, they're coming off of a bye week. So they've had chances to rest up and get ready for this and get that new fight and new attitude in them. So I fully see Lane Kiffin's team being ready to go Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Now, last I have the Texas and Vanderbilt matchup. Now, the last time they played each other was in 1928. That's almost 100 years ago. And Texas now, it's coming off a tough loss to Georgia. They're 6-1 now. And Vanderbilt has a remarkable 5-2 season and has been riding a 3-game winning streak, including an upset victory to the then number one Alabama, which is huge for them. And they are now ranked, guys. They're ranked. That's amazing.
Insane.
Yeah.
This team has surprised they're the surprise team of the country this year.
Mhm.
And it makes me so excited being a former intern there, and I'm actually going to be in Nashville this weekend, so I am super excited. Honestly, trying to get tickets so maybe I can be in there for that game. But honestly, I'm not sure what to even think about this game. I wasn't surprised last week with the Longhorns struggling against Georgia. The complete lack of offense in the first half was concerning. They obviously had one of the easiest schedules in the country over the first half of the season, especially given the fact that now we know the team that Michigan really is. But with that being said, no one has really shut down Vanderbilt's offense yet. And I am riding and dying on the hill with Diego. So I am choosing the Commodores. And honestly, I hope I'm on Broadway Saturday night and they're bringing the
Yeah.
goalposts down Fifth Street and 12th Street Ave. And I hope I am there to witness this.
I hope you are too, girl.
That would be so fun. I do think this game is going to be tighter than people think, though. I really do. I truly do. Because Vanderbilt has seriously nothing to lose. I mean, they're riding this high right now. They are the most exciting team to watch. Their views have probably shot up every Saturday with people tuning into this game. I mean, this is just such a fun team, such a fun personality, great quarterback that everybody's kind of buying into. So I fully expect it, one, to be a packed house for sure, and two, definitely closer than people will probably think.
I agree. I think Georgia really exposed Texas's O-line. It
Mhm.
just wasn't keeping you or safe at all.
Mhm.
So I really think this is going to be a matchup between Texas's O-line versus Vanderbilt's pass rush. The Commodores have really found success pressuring quarterbacks this season, and if they can disrupt yours, just like Georgia did, then they can keep this game really close. Also, I think this is going to be a game between Cedric Alexander versus Texas's run defense. The Commodores, their ground game will try to control the tempo. I am watching both of these quarterbacks to see how they turn out this week. Ewers, he'll need a bounce back from that performance. He really struggled against Georgia. Yes, when he was benched and was able to get his composure with Manning out in the game, he did come back stronger than he was before, but it still wasn't enough. Georgia was just so dominant the entire
Mhm.
time. And Diego Pavia, if he can replicate his recent performances, Texas could really be in
Yeah.
trouble here. Um, I will say I am hoping that Vandy can get another upset because I am just riding with this team so hard right now. I have so much
Yes.
respect for them. I have so much respect for the coaches and the players, how much heart they have to be like, no, we are a very smart school, but we can also play ball.
Yep.
Like, let's get in there. Let's do
Don't
it.
count Vandy out.
No, don't count them out. However, I think it'll be a close game, but Texas is mad. Texas
Yeah.
still had something to fight for. They can still go to Atlanta at the end of the
Mhm.
day. I think they will pull it out, but
Mhm.
if Vanderbilt upsets them, I'm gonna be all game for it. I'll be really excited. This is definitely a must.
It will rock everything. This will literally be insane.
We were talking before we got on here today about how crazy the SEC is right now and how absolute chaos could ensue just based on who wins certain games.
Yeah.
So, say Alabama wins out, meaning they beat an LSU, and then say LSU beats A&M this upcoming weekend, but they lose to Alabama, and then A&M beats Texas, and Georgia loses to Ole Miss, but they beat Tennessee. Like, guys, everyone's gonna be 10-2 at this
Yeah, the
point.
scenarios are going to be absolutely crazy.
Absolutely insane. And it's like, well, what's the CFP gonna do? We have the best conference here. We are the
Yep.
SEC. It just means more. You're gonna have to put in these teams
Yep.
who are statistically better than some of these teams in the Pac-12, in the Big Ten, in the ACC on paper.
Mhm.
Granted, you never know when it comes to certain matchups how they're going to face out. But it is really going to be interesting this last weekend in October and then moving through November. It's just so exciting every single week, and I cannot wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I really don't think there has been a more enjoyable or crazier season that I can remember the last couple of years, except for this one right now. Like, I truly is just insane. And obviously, like we were talking about, the transport portal has a lot to do with that. But still, it's made it so much more fun.
I think because 2 losses doesn't count you out now, and
Mhm.
there's so many more spots to play for, you don't need the SEC
Mhm.
championship. That is still, the shining glory of the SEC is you wanna be that SEC champion, you wanna be the top of the SEC at the end of the day, but, eh, there's just so much more to play for. Despite whether you like the 12-team playoff or you don't like the 12-team playoff, it has made it so fun, and then the SEC breaking down those division lines between the East and the West has allowed for these incredible matchups. And this has just been a spectacular season. And it's not even over yet. We're just getting started, technically. We're going through January. So there's a lot more football to watch. And we're excited to watch this Saturday. I hope you are.
College football is obviously evolving, so we have to as well as a fan and a viewer and everything else. So, but it is going to be exciting. Thanks everybody for watching and tuning in each week. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you back here next week.